Your SaaS application isn't truly multi-tenant unless the client feels like they own the system. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can customize your brand colors, how to add custom logos, and also how to add logout routes for your tenant dashboard. So just to give you a quick preview, inside our super admin, we can see that we have 3 tenants. So you can go to one of these tenants, then you can see that we added an extra field called brand color, and also the logo, where each and every tenant can have their own specific logo instead of the generic one. So to change the colors, we do have a color palette over here that you can click, then you can just control the color that you want. So let's say if you want Uwezo Sacco to have a brand color of brown, let's keep it at that. Then you can just set it in our system. I'm going to keep it that way. Then we can also add a logo of our choice. I'm going to choose a logo here. And now if you come over to our subdomain for the Uwezo Sacco, you can see that the color has changed. We also have a custom logo. So the next thing that you want to do is how you can log in and also hand logout for the tenant. So in this case, this one is Uwezo Sacco. We can just customize Uwezo, then we enter the password. And now you can also see that our dashboard has been customized, so it has a personalized feel. And if you go back to Vision Credit, you can see that Vision Credit has the default black. So we can log into our Vision, to our super admin, and change the brand colors for Vision Credit as well. So if you head over to Vision Credit client, we can come to the brand color. The default is black, so we can choose the color that you want to brand this tenant using this color palette. You just drag it that way, and let's give it a new image for our Vision Credit. So let's head over to the subdomain and actually refresh. So you can see that Vision Credit has a different feel from the Uwezo Sacco. So we can also log into our Vision Credit dashboard. The username is Vision, then key in the password, and now you can see that Vision Credit has a dynamic color for the brand as well as a logo. So we can also log out of this one. Then that will take us back to the tenant homepage. So over here in my Visual Studio Code, I do have some 2 extra fields that I defined inside our tenant models. Actually, you can define the settings everywhere. You can put them inside the home or just any other place, but today I'm just going to plug them inside my tenant model, so that whenever I create a tenant, I'll be able to assign them a logo. But you can create a separate models for your site settings, where the tenants can be able to customize them on their own inside the tenant admin, inside the tenant admin instead of the super admin. So that really depends on how you want it. It doesn't matter. So you can see that we have a brand color, that is a color field. I'm going to show you what the color field is in a second. Then we also have the logo, that is just an image field that is being uploaded to the tenant logos, and we are setting null to true and blank to true. So to be able to work with the color field, you need to have a to be able to work with the color fields, you need a third-party package called the Django color fields. So to install it, all we need to do is to just go to our. So to be able to install the package, all we need to do is to run pip install Django color field. Then let's install the color field. Once you've installed it, always remember to add the color field inside your settings. So let's go head over to my settings.py file. Then inside shared apps, inside my third-party application here in my shared app list, we need to add the color field in our settings. Then just like that, we are good to go. And inside the models, let's import the color field fields. We are importing the color field, so that is that. Then we can now just define it inside our Sacco tenant package. circle tenant model that is color filled with a max length of 27, because the hex code sometimes can be long, so always remember to add a value that is more than 10 or maybe 15 to accommodate for the longer hexacodes. Alright, so that is that for our model definition. So I'm also defining the logo field that is for the tenant logos. So it's just as simple as adding the image field, and also remember to install Pillow to be able to work with the image field. Then we can now test it by running our server. So before we can actually check on the browser, we need to add these settings. We need to use these variables inside our template. So I have two templates over here. I have the tenant dashboard, I also have the tenant homepage. As you can see, in both of them we do have the colors inside the homepage, as well as the colors in our colors and logos inside our dashboard, and as well as the landing page for the tenant. So you can see this one. So we need to add the colors in both of them. So here I am using Tailwind. So one of the big issues that I noticed that you cannot just use the colors dynamically using Tailwind classes. That is something that will not work. So for example, the brand color over here, you cannot just use the Tailwind classes directly. So you need to use a style attribute, then you supply the background color, then add the brand color. So if you just use it directly and add it in the Tailwind classes, that will not render correctly, because Tailwind, I think it has a certain way on which it renders colors. So always remember to use the style attribute for the colors to render correctly inside your pages. So that is by adding the style attribute, background color, then tenant.brand color, which is the name of the field that we have. Tenant is just, of course, the tenant that we are currently in. So that is one of the key points that you need to add. For example, this one, if you just say BG gray, and then we try to dynamically assign this color over here, let's say BG, then if we try to render this one as background color, that will not work because Tailwind renders the colors differently. So you just need to add a style attribute if you need to change the background color of the body to be gray. So I'm just going to undo that one and keep it as gray. So this one is the aside of our dashboard, so this place over here. So instead of just adding the Tailwind class, we are using the style attribute, then we are passing in the brand. So with that said, now let's go to our dashboard and refresh. As you can see, we do have Uwezo circle, we already customized that. Then we can also go back to our circle tenants. So if you go to Mkulima circle, by default it's black, so let's give Mkulima circle a dynamic color. So I'm going to just select, so I'm gonna go for that for the Mkulima circle, and also gonna give them a logo. So save, we have the logo and the color of the brand from Mkulima circle. You can see that the Mkulima circle has a custom brand color and also the logo. So let's log into Mkulima. We get an entirely different brand color for Mkulima circle as well as the members. The Mkulima circle only has one member for now. Then that is it. We have also the logout here. We can log out and we can log back in. That will take us to the tenant homepage. So that has been part 4 of our Django-Tenant SaaS series. So if you have been following along, things are just about to get real. So in our next episode of the Django-Tenant series, we are going to see how we can handle subscriptions and billing for our application. Because when you're building these things, you need to earn money. So you need a way to be able to add some subscription and also handle billing for these tenants to pay you, whether it's on a monthly basis and also maybe in a year basis. So just stick around the channel. For the next episode, I'll be dropping the billing and subscription. So if this video helped you save time or made something click, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep on creating more Django Tenants videos like this. So peace and see you in the next one.